Who's going to interrogate him?
I feel like, Kerry, you have command.
Okay, right. Okay, yeah, if we wake him up, I will try and use command on him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Tapping his cheek a little bit, he rouses. Oh, yeah. You ain't got nothing for a headache, have you?
I want to be leaning in, like, right close to his face, like, leaning right over him. Still clutching hold of Xander. So, a bit awkward. No, I'm sorry. But maybe if you help us, like, I can fix you up a little bit. But we'd like to know a few things, please, if you don't mind.
What things?
What were you doing here with that guy? Like, we found a letter on you that you were being employed by someone to kidnap people and stuff.
We were employed to just do a bit of handiwork, that's all.
Handiwork as in?
Be a bit handy with our hands. Carry stuff. Bop stuff on the head.
Like our friends that lived in this house?
Well, I didn't know they were your friends, did I?
Well, they were. Who hired you? This guy? And I, like, sort of gesture with one hand over to where the worm guy was. But I guess you can't tell who he is. It's the guy, it's the human. The human!
What happened to him?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute, but is that who hired you? Is it the guy who wrote the letter, or is it somebody else?
What happened to my brother?
I'll get to that too. Was that the guy was it the human that hired you?
I'm gonna need you to make a persuasion check.
Ah, it's not good. 5. Don't use all the spell slots, aren't you?
Lund! It's Dolph! Where are you, Lund?
I clap a hand over his mouth.
Of course.
Hush. Yeah, he can't hear you right now.
What have you done with Lund?
Look, I'm going to level with you, okay? You're kept alive right now because I wanted you to be kept alive, because I thought you could help us and then I could help you if you do. But my friends, well, they didn't really want your brother to still be around. Or the human. Your brother wasn't quite as dealt with exactly the same as the human. The human had, like, a disease. Do you know much about the parasite that he had?
I didn't know anything about a parasite. I didn't really sit and eat with the man.
Okay, because he had, like, this worm. Actually, and then I, like, gesture for Airden to, like, just hold up the bottle.
Yeah, I'm already pulling it out and showing him.
It had this inside of him.
Push it really close to his face.
It turns people funny, and he was all, like, dead and his skin was coming off. So we had to. I don't think your brother had that. I think your brother was okay.
Yeah, me and my brother are fit as a fiddle. There was none of that.
Do you mind if can I just, and then can I, like, kind of roll him over and just check that there's not, like, a point of where the in the back of his neck or something?
Of Dolph or Lund?
The one I'm talking to.
Oh, Dolph.
Yeah.
Do they have another brother who is?
Oh yeah, they do.
Brilliant.
Good old Gren.
Yeah.
Dolph has no signs of entry from a parasite or anything else.
Okay. I think you're okay. I think you're fine. Which is really good news. I'm happy for you.
So you killed Vata then?
Is that his name?
That's a bloke away, does.
Okay, good. That's good to know. So it was just him. It wasn't like. Did he have anyone like in charge of him? Was he like working with someone else, or?
Oh, me and my brother do a lot of this kind of work. We a guy like that, he's working for someone.
Do you know who?
I'm the foggiest. All I know is I was getting paid. That's all.
Where are you from? Where did you get hired?
Summergleam. It's
Okay.
a town a bit ways south of here.
I know it. Were you from? There's like a shady group of people. I've got the name. I don't know where it is. You told me, didn't you? Drew, sorry. The group that those guys were from.
Yeah, those guys.
I just said that name that you told me.
Yeah, you say that name.
Was it anything to do with this group of people?
We've done work for them before, yeah.
But it wasn't the same. Like this guy wasn't part of that.
Not that we know of, but they tend to use contractors whenever they can. I wouldn't be surprised if he works for someone who works for someone who works for someone who works within the organisation. Get as many layers removed as possible. You got to compartmentalize these things. You can't. Sorry, he doesn't gesture with his hands.
I'm rolling back up.
Yeah. you can't just go ahead and do stuff yourself when you're dealing with criminal organisations. You got to compartmentalize. You got to make sure if someone gets nicked, they ain't gonna talk. You know.
Okay. Yeah. So, can I insight in that? Like he's told me everything, or that he's telling the truth, or?
Sure. Yeah. Make an insight check.
19.
He's told you everything truthfully.
Okay.
There's always more that he could be telling you, but things that are relevant to your situation currently, it's everything that you need to know. That he's been hired by Vata. If you wanted to grill him for longer for more information on the criminal underbelly of Summergleam, he's got that info.
I'm hoping that this isn't a time-dependent poison that Xander has.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Just throwing that out there.
I'm not spending ages doing this. I think I've got enough. Okay, so what was your name again?
Dolph.
Dolph. I'm Amy. It's not a pleasure to meet you, I guess, because you guys did horrible things to our friends. But look, here's the thing: we killed your brother. I'm really sorry. That must be something really, really hard for you to deal with. But tell you what, when you go back to Summergleam, go to the temple that was set up by Simon. It's sort of, they're getting a bit bigger there, and they can really help you with grief and find you someone to talk to about it. Okay?
So you're letting me go.
Yeah. I'm really sorry. I feel look, that your brother being hit, that wasn't my choice. I didn't do that. If I had any way of bringing someone back from the dead for you, I would, but I don't.
Ah, it's fine. It's fine. Guy owed me too cold anyway. You know?
Oh, this is horrible.
Oh God.
Have we not? No one. Oh. Look, maybe if
what Airden did.
Maybe if you take his body back with you, you can find a cleric or something. How much does that kind of spell cost? Like how?
I mean, at level 6, I can resurrect him. He's not going anywhere. We could bury him. I could come back.
I don't know if he wants me back as an undead.
Yeah, can you wait a few months? We'll come back. We'll resurrect
How
him.
picky can you be? I thought it was a really nice offer.
It was. Thank you, Eden. But I was thinking of more like a, pure light, divine way rather than a,
Airden raises his crossbow. You can see him if you want.
No, I don't.
Be arranged.
Stop it. Okay. I'm really sorry, and then I take the rope off of him. Please don't attack us now.
Then.
I'll gesture with the crossbow, like he should get running.
I owe you for my life. Cheers.
Can I?
He starts running.
Oh, okay.
No. If you want to do something just before he starts running.
Can I just wait a second. I want to put my hand on his head, and I'll push another 5 lay on hands for his headache.
I'm grateful. But I don't think that'll cancel anything out, will it?
I'm sorry.
And he turns and starts jogging away, making sure he doesn't get hit by Airden.
I do have range of up to 320 feet of my crossbow.
Run fast.
Okay, I turn back to the group, clutching Xander, looking almost teary. Shall we go then? Yeah.
Come on then.
Okay. Simon, are you gonna come with us to Saris?
Simon, at this point, suggests that perhaps he should go back and make sure that no matter what happens, there's someone there guarding the Citadel region.
Okay. Wait, Simon. We needed to have had a talk, but we just had a 2-day journey with him. So can we say we have had that talk?
Yeah, we can do.
Because I need to talk about his uncle, and that I need to go out and find his uncle, and all that stuff.
Yeah. What we'll do then is we'll dissect the details of that conversation next session.
Yeah.
Because
okay.
then we'll be able to just quickly flash back to that and
Cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, Anakis, led by Tia and Von, heads towards a standing stone archway. It is angled at a southwesterly direction, or northeasterly direction. It's sort of that way angled. And Tia and Von assure you that going through this one, you can get straight to Tharansara.
Okay.
At any point, does Amy, do you are you constantly holding Xander? Are you?
Yep.
Right, you're not leaving him on the cart unattended or anything. Okay.
He is firmly in my arms the entire way. I feel thoroughly responsible for this.
Can I gently approach you and be like, he might have something in his pockets or on his person that can help. I feel like we should check. We should search him, and he could have some sort of something that gets rid of poison. I don't know. It's worth a look.
Well,
I'll just and I'll try and do it.
Slap your hands away. It's so fast. Can I give his coat a little bit of a squeeze? I'm not going through his pockets, so I'm just that feeling around the outside just to see if
just patting him down.
Yeah, kind of.
His coat is slightly hardened leather rather than a very thin drapey leather. It's leather armor, but in a long trench coat form. There are loads of pockets. There are knives stacked on top of knives in this coat. Feeling around, it's basically the coat is half armor, half scabbard.
Right, okay. Nothing like Persian vials or anything like that.
You do find that there is a pocket full of small clay tiles. These clay tiles having different runes on.
Okay. Do I recognise any of them? Well, alright, I'll take them out. I mean, he doesn't know. I'll take them out and I'll put them back. It's fine.
See, that's the thing as well. Is he unconscious?
He is.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I didn't know if he was like paralyzed, but like was conscious or what.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But he's unconscious. Okay. I take out one of the tiles, and do I recognise?
The tiles look very similar to what Torn used. To create that portal thing. He crushed up a clay tile, sprinkled the dust of it around.
Interesting. Okay. I put it back in his pocket. And then look at it.
Did I see Amy do that?
Hopefully sneaky. No, it's just he stood right there. So.
Yeah.
And then I look at Ed and feel like I don't think he has anything useful for his condition right now. But good shout. Like that was good call. Well done. Yeah.
Okay.
I just watch you until you see. Gently stroking Xander's hair.
You get to the standing stone. Dear Von, just kind of walking Anakis through the motions. They touch the standing stone, and nothing appears different. They assure you that this is how the magic works. You just simply have to walk through, and you're there.
Come on, it's okay. Can I just go through first, just to prove a point?
I'll follow.
Anakis and Eden boldly step through the archway, and they do not come out the other side. They just disappear.
Yeah, I'll go through with Xander then.
Yeah, are we on the cart, or are we just?
Yeah, I was wondering.
Because if so, I'll just stay on the cart and let us go through.
No, Simon took his cart. So
okay.
You guys have been hoofing it for the last couple of hours.
Okay.
Walk through them.
As you walk through, all of you stepping out of the stone archway, you are amongst trees. This is a standing stone shrine that you have appeared in. There is a very thick canopy up above. Yes, sorry?
I was going to say, can I make a perception check just to make sure there's nobody around?
Yes.
As we exit the standing stone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, that's shit. 4. Oh no, 8. Sorry, 8.
You are snuck up on by a capuchin monkey. No. For a moment, you lose Nutkin and then realise that he's tucked away in your sleeve, staring out and looking quite happily around at all these trees. There is a great deal of warmth and activity all around you. You can hear the calls of so many birds and beasts up in the trees and hidden in the undergrowth. There are thick vines wrapped around these trees. There's all sorts of life growing on life, mushrooms and other kinds of fungal things growing everywhere. The stone shrine itself looks fairly well tended to. The stones are polished and neat. And ahead through the trees you can see a gold and white trimmed wall of solid stone, but very, very smooth. And towering up out of the canopy up above, piercing into the clouds, you can see this tall white tower. That is the central tower of Tharansari.
We're here.
Well, where do we go? Eden?
Eden.
Where's your people?
There's some alchemists. Maybe you guys should wait here. I'll be faster if I go on my own, and it's not really the kind of thing you bring your friends to.
Sure, we'll wait here.
Will you bring them here? Maybe they need to see his condition first.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay.
Or I'll work it out. Leave the details to me.
Okay. Where shall we wait in here in the middle of the forest? Or?
Looks safe.
Can I roll an insight check?
What are you wanting an insight on?
I just don't trust her.
All right. Make an insight check.
Yes.
Eden,
yes.
make a charisma saving throw.
So it's just D20 plus my charisma modifier, right?
Yes.
21.
20.
If there was any deception from Eden, it is covered by the best poker face. But that is not to say that there is deception there. As far as Anakis is concerned, Eden's entirely on the level. She knows the area. She wouldn't leave you guys in a dangerous situation. She's been in fights with you guys, looking out for you.
Oh.
How long
Hi.
Eden? How long will it take to get there and back?
I mean, to get there and back, not long, but to get there and get something that we need and then get back might take longer.
I think I just feel like it would be a good idea for them to see him and to see what's happened to him, because how are they going to know what to make?
Well, if I describe it and if they think that they need to see him, then I will either bring them here or bring Xander there.
Okay. Airden, do you think maybe she should take the worm?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Airden, I feel like you don't want to save him at all. Like, come on.
You know how I feel about him. I just don't. This worm could be a powerful magical artifact and a weapon in the wrong hands, so it'll stay with me just now. I would be happy to go with you, Eden. I could escort you. I could be discreet and stay out of the way of your friends.
I think just the worm would be fine. Just the worm.
Nah, I don't think Airden would give it up.
I'm gonna bring it back.
I know it would be good for the narrative, but no, Airden's not going to give it up.
Okay, that's fine. Eden, just if you could hurry, that would be good.
Okay.
Oh wait. Xander is poisoned because of this worm, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. I really could use that worm.
Yeah, but I want Daniel, I want to give it to you, but Airden doesn't even care if Xander lives.
Airden could. What is Airden's passive perception?
Can I
14?
say fine? Then he can come with me. Just no talking.
Well,
yeah, 100%.
Laura,
I was going to.
Would you mind rolling with advantage a dexterity ability check? And you're adding an extra +5 to this.
Ooh. Wow, that's not great. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Airden unfortunately feels the jar leave the pouch that it's in, and looking down sees Enver with it half out.
Oh.
And he smiles. Frozen now that he's been caught.
I don't do anything. I just watch. I just look at him and just look at Eden. I go, fine. Take the thing. Take the worm.
Thank you. Yeah. Give a little high five.
I am 100% going to try and follow them from a distance, though.
All right. So, as Eden and Enver wander away from the party, you guys, with the exception of Airden, who after a few moments decides to stalk away, Amy, Anakis, Xander, you are greeted by the Forest Welcoming Committee. That is a whole bunch of snakes and birds perching on branches and leaves nearby, just sort of getting a bit close for comfort.
Should we just like start walking? We'll walk in that direction, and when they come back, they'll find us. I don't think we should sit here.
Eden, it takes you only 10 minutes to walk through the underbrush. You are well versed in this local area. You know that the forest surrounds the city, and that there are some that want to see it more interwoven, but for the majority of High Elves, they enjoy the sovereignty from the concerns of mortals, but also from nature itself. The tall, solid white walls with the gold trim, they tower above you. You see that there are small gemstones set every few feet, and these are gemstones that are attuned to one of the grand wizards that operates here. He is able to look out of any one of them to help inform town guards of anyone nearby. But they're not usually actively observed. So you know that unless they're trying to look for someone who's just run out of the city, they don't tend to look at them. You approach the gates. They are large, they are bronze, they are gilded with a silver trim, and embossed into it is a tableau. And it is a tableau of an elven king lowering his hand with a gift inside, and on the other side, on the other door, just a litany of mortal races, all clamouring, grateful for the gift that this elf is bestowing upon them. As you approach, there are two guards standing in posts at the top of the gates. They look down, see you, and go, "Halt! Who goes there?"
What's gonna get me further? Like, what's more useful here? Like, the spy stuff or the almost a royal kind of stuff?
I'd say your approach would be up to you. Either would get you in. There's not going to be like a penalty for using one method over the other. It's going to be whatever narrative flair you want to go with on this.
Right. Well, let's switch it up. Let's go with the lady then. I have like what is it called? Disguise self or whatever. Does that work to just? I know that, but I can also use it to change into other people. But can I use it? Yeah, I can make myself look different, right? That's all. That's all it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know, whatever dirty travel clothes I'm wearing. I change that into something that's like, that just makes me recognizable as a whatever.
After just a brief moment,
real fancy.
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to halt you in your daily movements there. Allow us to open the gate, my lady.
Thank you.
He gives a yell back, and after about 20 seconds, the gates slowly get pulled open, As they open wide, you see the city streets of Tharansari. They are clean, they are fragrant. There are bouquets of flowers hanging from baskets every few inches, it seems. It's like there's just rows of these things. Small, carefully cultivated trees, most of them are like a bonsai variety, and the front gardens of many of the houses. There are people carefully walking about in fine gowns, greeting each other civilly, and discussing trivial matters, such as the weather. No one really pays you any heed as the gates are open. There's no market stalls or any rabble. There's no livestock being driven through the city. This is a place of culture.
Love it.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
The forest sucks. The forest sucks.
The city of Tharansari, as you are well aware, is a circular city. It is separated into distinct districts. The district that you've entered into is a residential one. You simply need to maneuver through the central hub near the tower or around the outside. It's entirely up to you. But you know where you're going. You know that you're heading towards one of the industrial districts. It's a place where there's a lot of storage that goes on, but it's still nice and neat and secure. Lots of guard activity to keep things safe and stop like poachers and thieves and stuff from trying to do anything. But this is also where you get a lot of the crafts people that make like potions and things, and craft spell scrolls. And that's where you would need to go for something like Xander. Another section of town that you'll be interested in is the what's colloquially known as the Nobles District, but strictly speaking, the name of it is that of the Cloud Hand. The Cloud Hand is where all the people who you need to know live. The hand people of the king and queen, of the princes and princesses that would come and go. They will usually leave like a servant in residence whenever they come to visit here. They've got someone on hand, so it's less people to cart around. So the sort of like embassies from the other city-states. So anyone that wants to come and stay here. But you know that this place is run by the Prince Merker Edel. He's the guy in charge, and his staff are still here.
Right, I'm going to the crafting district. I'm going to find me a potion.
All right.
Am I still following? How far behind them?
After Eden starts moving away from the gate, how do you want to approach? Do you want to be stealthy and try and sneak into the city, or do you want to... Like, I know you want to hide from Eden, but are you hiding from the guards as well?
No, I think I'll just walk confidently as if I'm meant to be there. I'll maybe just kind of nod to them as I walk towards the gate, just walking with purpose.
Halt, sir. Do you have any business in town?
Yes, of course. I'm returning to the city. I've been away for a while, but I'm eager to get back and see some old friends. If you could open the gate, please, my man.
He peers at you for a moment. You look a bit wild for my tastes.
I look incredulously at him. Wild? Do you not know who I am? Give me your name.
My name, sir?
Yes, your name and rank, so I can speak to your superior.
Of course. My name.
says Drew hurriedly.
My name.
My name is NPC.
My name. Enialis.
Okay.
Elialis, I've been guard here for years. My superior holds me in high esteem.
I'm sure he does. And you're right to question those people who you may be suspicious of. But I can assure you that if your superior were to hear that you'd stopped me at the gate from simply wanting to re-enter the city, I think he may have to have words with you. Now, please let me go about my day as I intended.
Your choice of either intimidation or persuasion.
Oh, what am I better at? Oh, both the same. Oh, fuck. It's a 2.
As I said, sir, I'm sure my superior would fully support my choice in stopping someone in your attire from entering the city. We don't want to upset the locals now. So if you have your finery to hand, I recommend you find a bush to hide behind and get changed, or I'm going to have to deny you access to the city, sir. I'm terribly sorry. I'm sure, should you belong here, that you would be well aware of the dress code.
No. Oh well. I just kind of like, this is shocking. Someone will hear of this. And just walk away. I don't have anything to change into. I don't have any way to clean what I have on.
All right.
I'll maybe just walk off around the side of the walls or something.
Okay.
I guess that's it.
The walls are about 13 feet high.
I'm not that bothered about. I would like to follow, but I don't want to make it a huge thing, me trying to get in and going over the walls and everything. I think I'll just give up and wander kind of back towards where I think Anakis and Amy are. Alright.
We'll stick with Eden just now, and then just get back to Amy and Anakis and Airden in a moment. So Eden, as you're leaving the main residential district, passing through one of the others, you pass through a gatehouse much like the entrance to the city itself. There's a lot of homogeneity and regularity. While there's a lot of artistry in the architecture, there isn't a lot in the way of diversity. So identical gatehouse leading to a different bailey of the city, and you're passing a whole lot more people, some of which you recognize, and some who recognize you give you a... Oh, in fact, no, you're disguised, aren't you, as someone else? Oh, no. Do you drop the face disguise?
Yeah.
Okay. So they'll recognize you, they'll give you a courteous nod, and one in particular will come up and address you. Now, this is someone who is below you, way below you in station. This is a servant in attendance of... names are buggering me at the moment. You're betrothed.
He didn't have a name.
Did he not have a name?
No.
Well, there we go. You're betrothed.
Shit. That was important, wasn't it? Oops.
Let's call him...
Eric.
Something I can pronounce.
It was the first prince name that came to my mind.
I'm kind of like Little Mermaid.
Yeah! Prince Eric was a Little Mermaid.
Let's elf it up a bit. Let's go with Erica.
That just sounds like a girl's name. Erica.
Yeah, I was adding R to it.
It's a bold choice you've made for the character.
Erican? Eric John.
Erico. Ericon? No.
It sounds like a transformer. Erical.
It does.
Erical?
Oh god, that's like Eric and Ariel. Oh my goodness. Why are names
so hard?
You know what? Let's go with Eric. Eric is fine. Eric can be an elven name. That's...
It is now.
Yep.
Maybe it's short for something else.
Like Ericathian.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It can be spelled with like an umlaut and 2 C's and whatever.
All right. So this servant to Eric is named Hayen.
Right, I know him, right?
Yes, you know him,
Yeah.
but he is far below you in station. You're not obligated to speak to him. But he tries to stop you in the street. Ah, Eden! Wonderful to see you.
That's not really how she should be addressing me, but I'm not going to say anything, because... I mean... It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm terribly sorry, my lady.
No. I'm kidding. It's nice to see you, Hagen. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's been quite a while since we've seen you. Are you keeping well?
Yes, very well, thank you.
Wonderful. My Lord Eric would, I'm sure, very much like to know that you're in town.
Yes, and I was just about to make my way there. I had a quick errand to run first. I've only just gotten back into town, and I thought perhaps I'd freshen up first before going there.
Indeed. I will make sure that my lord is aware and will be awaiting your company.
Thank you. I won't be long.
And he straightens up and wanders off a little bit. What would your passive insight be? So if it was 8 plus proficiency, which at the moment is if you're proficient
9.
in insight. Okay, so you're not proficient in insight.
No.
Okay. So yes, he just wanders away. As you see him wander, you notice that he surreptitiously picks a flower from one of the baskets and tucks it into his sleeve. A bit of a no-no in Elven culture.
Okay, that's weird, but okay, right. That's okay. We're in a bit of a time crunch.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk briskly.
You hurry up and
gracefully but briskly, like a fast swan.
You note that a few courtiers try to sort of catch your eye, but they don't stop you for a chat. And as you swiftly move by them, you eventually get your way to the industrial district, where you have a whole mess of these alchemists' workshops and things. This isn't something that I recall as fleshing out with your backstory at all. Do you want to... Because these people are not like in the courts and dealing with things, but the people that you might want to know. These are the kinds of people that would deal in like poisons and things as well. So is there one in particular that you want to know? Or is this going to be like a just walk into a shop, any random guy?
No. I mean, there has to be somebody that I would know specifically suited to something like this.
Yes.
They said someone who would be making poisons and antidotes, that
Yes.
kind of person.
So you know Valanthe. She is someone who runs a very small shop. She gets not a lot of business inside the city. She, in fact, does a lot of exports, which earns her the ire of her local contemporaries. But she knows her stuff, rather than relying a lot on the ignorance of the general population as to various healing herbs and tinctures and things. She deals in actual cures and poisons and things, rather than snake oil. And she's earned your respect. Approaching her small place, you see that the flowers are much more vibrant, that there are some large insects moving about, something that looks like two bees stuck end to end. The bottom bee sort of curling under and using what would be its stinger to like lift up the flower. The other bee stretching out its hands and moving them towards the middle of the flower, and you see 10 little tongues come out from each of its legs to try and get at the nectar from this flower. It's not an unusual sight, it's just an insect unique to feeding from that particular flower, and it's rare that someone's able to cultivate it. Usually it's just grown wild, and it usually dies if anyone tries to grow it themselves, so it demonstrates great skill. Entering the shop, Valanth is there, sitting in a stool. She doesn't have a countertop, she doesn't deal with clients all that much. She just has workbenches around the side and all sorts of alembics and calcinators and all sorts of alchemy supplies all about her. The air is thick. You see this sort of red dust hanging in the air everywhere, and it smells strongly of nutmeg, and you also get a vague herby sense, something in the way of like a basil. And she doesn't even look up from what she's doing. She hears the door open, and she just carries on messing about with the chemicals on the counter.
I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna put the worm down and see if she's. I'm gonna and poke it so it's like under her nose. Slide it over.
She reacts with a start. I mean, I don't normally get something like that pushed in front of me, but when I do, normally someone has an intention.
An antidote. Preferably quickly.
Indeed. Do you know what it is?
Demon worm.
Well, it narrows it down. She gets up from her stool, she goes over to a bookcase at one side, and she pulls out a massive tome, slams it down on the table, and opens it up. All of the leaves of paper in this book are not connected to a spine. These are loose leaves kept inside a leather folder, essentially. And she starts leafing through them quickly, and pulls out 3. And she lays them out. If you've ever seen the 2nd edition Monstrous Compendium, they look like monster sheets from that.
Thank you.
Yes, you see 3 very similar worms. Well, from the coloration and the way that it's behaving in a trapped state, and she quickly grabs a heavy wooden dowel and pokes the jar violently. Yes, from its reactions, it's going to be one of these 3. Well, the antidote to these 2 is fairly common. It's there's a few herbs I'll be able to gather from my garden. But if it's this 3rd one, that antidote won't do anything, and your friend may in fact die. The antidote to this 3rd one is itself a poison.
So how do we narrow down which one this is? It can't be a guessing game.
No, the only way that I can see to fix this... Oh, parasites like these, the best way to observe what their qualities are is to give them a host.
I saw it in action, if that helps.
Oh, that would help narrow it down, yes.
Okay, then I'll describe the human and the face and the grey eyes and the cuts and the...
Ah, that's good. That does narrow it down. So it's not one of these 2 with the common herbs. So this one, she sets it aside. So we've got either poison or the thing that will kill him, but it's not poison. Well, thankfully we've managed to narrow it down. It's not someone that you like, is it?
He's alright.
Oh. Damn, they're usually the best. Well, if I have a look at the symptoms, I might be able to treat those until we're able to learn a bit more about this thing. But I'm gonna need a couple of days. at least, and a few test subjects as well. I'm gonna go and check my trap, see if I can get a fox or something. Shove one of these in it.
Would it help if you saw him? I mean, he's currently just, paralyzed in the forest. But if you needed to go see him, we could...
Tell you what. Let's do this the easy way, because I can tell that you're in a bit of a bind. She takes down a small vial, unstoppers it, and you get this sort of green smoke billowing out. And she very quickly covers it with her mouth and downs the just vapors that's in here, and then chucks away the bottle. Well, let's go and see your friend. What follows is Eden, you and Valanthe are aware of leaving the city, going and visiting Amy, Anakis, and Airden. You see Xander. She looks him over, and then just as you're turning around to head back into the city, you are immediately back inside her small shop. She wipes her hands and sort of brushes down this weird glitter that's all over her now, and you notice that it's all over you.
You've been hiding that one from me.
I have, yes. It's a simple, bendy concoction that I've been working on, but your friends are entirely unaware that we visited. Sort of a yo-yo effect. It allows me to go on short journeys somewhere, find something out, and then snap back. No one's any the wiser.
That's good, because they're nosy.
Yes, they certainly seemed it. Especially that elven fellow.
Yeah.
Yes. But it seems that we will be able to take a very good gamble. I'd like to open him up and see the poison firsthand, but of course I can't really do that. Unless I take a bigger swig. No. It should be fine. No. This deadly poison, don't drink any of it. Don't give it to any of your friends, except for the one lying down. This will, in fact, be a demon squib. It's a nasty, pernicious creature.
And how confident in general are you that this is like a percentage scale?
Oh, very, very high 40s.
That's not 40% unsure and 60% sure? It's not the other way.
If that makes you feel better.
Okay, how long can he live like that? I mean, he's just paralyzed, right? Like, would he just starve to death eventually? I mean, that could take...
Yes, I imagine so.
Days?
Yes, it could take weeks for someone to starve to death. What you got to worry about is dying of thirst first. Usually about 3 to 5 days, depending on the climate and such things.
Okay. 3 to 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And you're 60% sure that this antidote is not the one that will kill him.
That's what you are saying I'm saying, yes.
No, I'm asking you what you're saying. Or are you 40% sure?
In this game, it's not really about sure. It's...
Valanthe, I do not have time.
Of course. I'm not certain. I'm about 49% sure that this will cure him. But the other thing just won't do anything for him and will exacerbate the poison.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's 50-50.
Yeah.
That's not the worst odds I've ever heard.
Hmm.
Is it like a really painful death, or is it kind of quick?
Oh, this poison's fairly strong, so it'll only be a few hours.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. And you don't think before he would either die from dehydration or starvation that you would be able to figure anything else out?
Oh, certainly not. No, that would require a pilgrimage to a place that I've never been before. I'd need to go and conduct some research of my own. Then that would take weeks. The only way that we'd be able to know for certain is if we had access to some of the more, expensive books. Things further north.
How would we even get those there and back before he's dead anyway?
It would take a long time to travel. So this is why I'm saying experimenting on my own would be faster. And that would take weeks.
Okay.
My recommendation is try the poison and try and move on.
That is not reassuring. Okay. All right. I'm not going to tell them that, but okay. All right. Okay. Gotta give her like a quick hug. Thank you. And I want one of those sneaky stealth potions when I come back.
She slips 2 of them into your pocket and says, Our secret.
Our secret. Haul ass. Like a swan. Back to the forest.
Like a majestic swan, you sashay through the city. As you reach the gate leading to the exit of the city, one of the guards sort of peering out of one of his arrow slits realizes that someone's approaching at high speed, turns around and looks at you. Oh, in a bit of a hurry, miss?
Oh, just need some extra fresh air. It's a bit warm today.
Oh, absolutely, madam. Would you require an escort, my lady?
No, thank you. That's very sweet of you, but I won't be long. I'll be fine.
All right, provided that you're all right with it. And they open the gates. Again, they slowly edge open, and you see that from this side, the side that you've seen many times, that there are large beasts hidden behind a low wall, pulling the gates open. They are being whipped by taskmasters. These large beasts are kind of like cows, but with a massive hump. It is a special elven beast that sort of rivals that of the... Yeah. You get milk, you get steak. They're good for long journeys. They also live for about 200 years, which is handy. But yes, you're able to leave and go to the clearing. As you are...
I want to put my dirty travel gear back on.
As you're heading out of the gate, what we'll do is we'll skip to Amy, Anakis, and Airden and see what they've been doing for the last hour or so.
I think I've been talking to the animals and just sort of trying to keep them at bay.
Have you been using Speak with Animals then?
I have. It only works with beasts though, so I don't know if there are any beasts within the local vicinity.
Yes, all of them are in fact beasts. All of the birds, snakes, and all that stuff, they are beasts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can speak with them. What do you want to say?
We're not here to cause harm. We just want to help our friend. Who has sent you?
No one sent us. We live here. What are you doing here? Who sent you?
Nobody in particular. We just want to help our friend, heal our friend.
One of the snakes gets a little closer to Xander. Seems a bit worse for wear.
Just a little bit. Has anything been going on in these forests recently that you've noticed?
Well, One sees things. One of the birds up above just goes, "Oh, quiet you. Nothing really has been going on in the forest. Just the usual moving back and forth of the taller folk."
I sort of sit down and try and make myself look like I'm just sort of, I'm not, what's the word?
Big.
Yeah. I don't want to intimidate the animals. What do you mean the big folk? Which big folk? The ones that look like the people in the city, or other big folk?
The ones that look like the people in the city. They've been sending lots of them out like ants. Just flowing out. It was a while ago, though. Quite a lot of sunsets. At this point, 2 squirrels will run up, sit on your knee, and start chattering away to Nutkin. One of the birds will fly over and land on your horn. And a snake will start sort of like climbing up your arm, just to sort of say hello.
You're a Disney princess.
Yes.
You can just start singing now.
Hi.
Amy and Airden will just see you start to get a little inundated with animals crawling all over you.
It's fine. I'm used to it. Don't worry. Okay. And were they wearing armor, like silver, shiny things on them? Did they have big long swords as well?
At this point, a magpie caws loudly and lands down on a small broken branch on the ground. Sort of puffs himself up. Ah, the day the shiny things walked.
Yes. Yes.
That was a good
Okay,
day.
thank you. Did you steal anything?
Oh, of course. Can't let him go by. Tempting me like that.
No,
Oh,
obviously.
you should have
Obviously.
seen it from the air, though. The sun, it glinted off the... Oh, it was gorgeous. Weird smell, though.
Do you know what? Weird smell? What do you mean?
Smelled a bit like, well, don't know what. Hot rocks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And which direction did they go in?
Oh, they went over where the sun comes from.
Lovely. Lovely. All right. Okay. That's lovely. Thank you. Anything else that you've noticed? Any messages or...
One of the squirrels, after chattering back and forth with Nutkin, then sort of pricks his ears up at this and nudges Nutkin, whispers something into his ear. Nutkin then turns, looks at you, and says, "Seems like there's really weird things happening further south."
Yes.
All of these squirrels came from down there.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Right. What do you mean weird things from the south?
Mainly things moving around is what they're saying. Moving around on their own. Like a bird's picked it up and dropped it. But there's no bird.
Okay. Oh my god, no. Okay, right. Thank you, Nutkin. You're very helpful.
You're welcome.
I'm done.
Amy, Airden, anything that you guys are doing during the hour?
What do we hear, like, all that time?
All that time, you will be hearing, like, bird calls and chattering and stuff, and from the snake just sort of like the occasional hiss, and from Anakis you'll hear this weird chirping, which seems like just a universal language for whatever she's talking to, but like she's just sort of like rolling her tongue back in her mouth and just sort of chirping.
I just wanted to know if like we were hearing like one side of a conversation type thing, but that's okay. I don't know. I'm watching Xander carefully, looking for an opening for if Amy's going to get, distracted by something at some point. I'm quite annoyed that I couldn't get in the city.
You can smother him with a pillow.
I genuinely was thinking that earlier on. Like, do we have pillows in this universe? Would that work? Like,
yeah, pillows are a thing. There are some very large, fluffy mushrooms that you could just break off one of the trees and just.
I mean, even just my sleeve, like we could make it work.
Can I, since we clearly are just waiting here now for him to come back, I lay Xander down like in the grass and just sort of get a cloth out, pour some water skin onto it, like dab at his forehead, like kind of try and look after him and wait.
As Eden charges across the grass, looking like her normal self, she holds in her hands a flask. You are now all together again.
You did it? You got something?
I did get something. It's almost certainly likely to work.
Okay, that doesn't sound exact.
Here's the problem, though, that without weeks of study, the exact species of worm can't be determined, and by that point, Xander will have already died of dehydration or starvation. So there was a bit of a chance that we're taking. Not gonna lie, it probably might not kill him, but it might.
Ooh. Airden kind of perks up. Oh well, it's the only chance we've got. Guess we need to give it a go.
So what? This is an antidote.
No, it's also a poison, but it's a poison that counteracts a poison.
Right. Can I cast? I'd like to cast Detect Poison and Disease, please, on myself.
Oh, detect poison and disease on yourself?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Double check the sense of presence and location of poisonous creatures and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind. Okay. Just closing your eyes, taking a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you flick your eyes open, and you can see with every heartbeat of yours, you see the veins in your eyes sort of silhouetted against your vision. And as you cast your eyes about, wherever one of these lines intersects with Xander, you see it darken slightly and become purplish. Looking at your own hands, you don't see any of it. You are without poison. However, lots of these snakes are poisonous that are listing around the place, including the one wrapped around Anakis's arm. Also, the jar is definitely poisonous.
Okay, because it says... Where's my bloody card gone? Put it back, that's what the problem was. It says you can identify the kind of poison or disease. So I'd like to know what the kind of poison in the jar is. And in Xander. And then I want to be able to see if I can see the one that's on Xander now leave.
Right. Yes. You'll be able to identify the one that's in Xander and with the worm in the jar. You'll be able to identify exactly that in your brain. You just sort of like hear the name of these things said out. But it's in a voice that you don't quite recognize. It's a man's voice, and he tells you Unther is the name of the worm, and Mortal's Bane is the name of the poison.
Right. And then, sorry.
The poison in the jar, is a few drops of basilisk blood suspended in oil. That is deadly to pretty much everyone. That the basilisk blood will harden people's skin until it resembles stone. However, small amounts of it can be used to counteract certain poisons, including some from parasitic worms. Not from an Unther, though.
Right. So am I getting that this isn't going to work?
Yeah.
Okay. Turn to Eden. This isn't going to work.
Care to elaborate?
This won't work against an Unther venom poison stuff. It's what the worm's called.
Okay, all right. It's the other one. It's the other one then. Okay, all right. That would have been helpful before I went into the city the first time. But
how long have you known this, Amy? Why didn't you tell us this before?
I only just learned it now. Cast a spell and it told me the name of the worm and the poison. The poison's called Mortal's Bane, the one in Xander.
I'm gonna take my jug back. Go back to the city.
You head back. Valenthe is very accommodating. She immediately replaces it, and then wraps up a small rose quartz and attaches it to a string, hands it over to you, and she says, "Just in case. I'm glad it's working out."
What's working?
Just don't tally. On you go, dear.
Thank you. Swan it back.
You race back, and you now have what is essentially sludge in a small jar. This is a very simple herbal remedy. A lot of people mix this up in their back gardens. It was given to you by Valenthe for free because it is dirt easy. This is like mashed up dock leaves level.
What?
You just gotta like smush
Should
it.
I hold it up to Amy?
Right. Do I need to cast a spell again? How long does that take?
The
I can only go for 10 minutes.
concentrate. Yeah, you can cast it as a ritual, so you can just take 10 minutes to cast it.
Oh, it doesn't use a spell slot.
And it doesn't use a spell slot.
Oh, I did that the first time as well.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we'll hand wave and say that that's what you did.
Right, okay, I do that again, and then look at it.
This is not a poison, not a disease. This is the kind of thing that Mortal's Bane is cured by. The problem being that these worms tend not to leave really like volcanic areas, and these plants don't grow near volcanic areas.
Thumbs up.
Okay. Can I nod, and then can I take it off of Eden?
My poison. My antidote.
Not your poison. What do you mean it's your poison?
My antidote.
Just please, Eden. It's my fault that it got in him.
Fine.
I take the antidote, and then what do I have to do? Like rub it on him?
Yeah, he needs to ingest it. You have an idea of how to apply it. So yeah, you give him some of it, and his eyes slowly flutter open.
Are you okay?
His eyes can't seem to focus on anything. What happened?
You got infected, but we cured you. You're all right. You know, I don't want to put too much on you at once. Like, are you feeling all right?
Yeah. My mouth doesn't taste very good.
No, it's this stuff, and I'd like show him the jar that.
And why was I poisoned?
You know how I told you not to burn that body?
Yes. At the farm.
Yeah. You know the worm that you took out and you squished?
Oh, awful thing. The unthas they're called.
Yeah. One got in you. It got in your neck. But I got it out. I cut it out. I caught it before it got in, and I cut it out for you, and then I healed it all up. So, like, you're all okay. And then I carried you to Saris, or wherever we are.
That's
and
quite a way. And you knew what to give me to cure me?
Well, Eden has some alchemist friends, I think. And then she went and brought something back, and then it was something that would have killed you. But then I cast a spell, and then I could see that wouldn't work, and then that's how I knew. Also, then found out that it wasn't until I didn't know that before. And then Eden really kindly went back again and brought some ointment stuff.
So Eden saved me.
Well, I guess. It depends on what. It was a team effort.
Except for Airden.
Yeah, Airden was kind of trying to kill you, but.
Just to interject, when I saw that he was awake, Airden just walks off into the forest and you just hear him screaming in Elvish. He's probably with a lot of shit that he disagrees with, but this is just like the final straw, seeing him alive. We're so close to him being dead. Sorry, carry on.
Eden, and he puts a hand on your shoulder and he wearily picks himself up. You can tell that his body's still weak. He's shaking a little. This is half of the course. This poison leaving his body. He's going to be weak for a while. Thank you.
Oh.
I owe you my life. And if I can protect you in any way, I will.
You should rest.
This
first.
is not fair.
Maybe get something to eat.
As he nods, he drops his hand from your shoulder. As he's about to turn, you hear this massive thunderous crack. A bolt of lightning shoots down from the sky and strikes the top of Xander's head. He is struck still for a moment and then falls down to the ground, smoke steaming from his body.
I'd be like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Demon, is he, while he's is he just on the floor?
He is just on the floor.
We need to I immediately snap out of being pretty unhappy about that whole situation. We need to tie him up because that might be the thing back. Someone do something. Okay, start tying him up. No one's tying him up. I start tying him up.
I'm still in the forest. I guess lightning was with thunder as well, right? It was obviously a loud.
Yes, there was a loud boom.
Right, I'll run back.
I tell all the animals to help.
I can imagine Airden running with a smile on his face, oh yeah. Anakis rallies the animals into action. There's a whole bunch of the birds sort of fly over, try and help hoist him up as he's being helped up by a few of the snakes, sort of like wrapping around and hauling with the sides of their bodies to try and lift his legs up. And they manage to get him standing in sort of like a scarecrow position. All these animals just holding him up.
Hi, he's just going to kill the animals. Like, we need to tie him up.
I'll help tie him up.
Yep. So, Eden, Amy, you guys managed to get him tied up, but within a few seconds of you guys managed to tie him, you see that his eyes open, and there's this bright, piercing blue shining out of his eyes. It's almost like hooded lanterns shining light out. You can see his entire body as just sort of like relaxed. His shoulders drop. And his face becomes a little less rigid. And he moves his mouth to speak. You, Amy? And he peers in close to you, Airden.
I just solemnly go, yes.
No! Push Airden out of the way. No! I'm Amy. Why? What? Are you okay? Xander?
Yes.
Xander?
I am not Xander. I am Shenael.
Okay.
Who?
You're not okay. What? Why are you in Xander's?
I
Body?
needed a vessel to accommodate my being. Someone accustomed to holding cosmic entities like myself. I found Xander nearby.
Makes sense.
What was it called?
Shenael.
Shit.
Why?
Do I?
I'm Amy. Why are you asking?
You know of your destiny, your purpose.
Kill Begazil?
Yes. And you are to do so with 5 companions.
These guys? There's only...
Yeah, I'm kind of like...
Yeah. And, I mean, Xander, I guess Xander's far, but...
Nutkin and Enver?
Enver?
The details are being lost. This host is fighting back.
Oh, look, right, just give me all of it, like, whatever you tell me. I'm all ears, like, just...
As he starts telling you about his arduous journey and the fact that he's here to warn you there is danger afoot, that there is a change to the prophecy. The future is unwritten and it is being changed as we speak. There is a danger as you are about to be... And then the eyes dim. Xander quickly snaps out of it. Why am I tied up again? What happened? Eden! Eden, get me out!
I'll go in time.
Get...
Sorry. There was lightning, there was smoke, we thought.
I step in the way.
Maybe a spot.
Between Eden getting to Xander.
You get... I had...
Listen, you were visited by another being again. We tied you up because you were struck by lightning, and we thought that it was Begazil coming back. Do you have any recollection of who was just inside your body?
Was it not Begazul?
No. It was... Oh, I already forgotten the name.
Sheniel.
That person. Does this mean anything to you?
Who the expletive. What? No. This is not making any sense. Amy, I appreciate your position in all of this, but I don't want to be a part of anything else being in me.
I don't really want you to be either. I didn't bring it here.
Can I say you can move now, Amy, and I'm going to go untie him?
Grateful. Just gives you a quick sort of bro hug, almost. Just like, yeah.
Bro hug.
Cheers. I think we need to regroup. The elves were marching. We were... We need to focus up on one thing at a time. So there's a Shenael thing. We need to concentrate on stopping Begazul. How do we do that?
I mean, you could ask me, but you know. No, it's fine. Ask. I'm just gonna sit here.
I assumed he was talking to you.
No, it's you and BFFs now. I'll sit here.
Getting salty.
All those worms have been cutting out of people today.
Looks like Amy's joining Team Kill Xander.
Okay, all right. So if he's talking to me, then I'm going to say, I think that Amy would have a much better idea. I have something I have to do. I just need to go back into the city, so you can work out a plan, and I'll be back as soon as I can.
Right. Yes, that's... Yeah, of course. Of course. Yes, let's formulate a plan.
Are you leaving yet, Eden, or are you staying just now?
No, I'm going.
Airden kind of hurries up next to you and says, you see, well, okay, I would quite like to get inside the city for my own purpose, my own business, and it's
stabby business.
No, not of course, not among elves. I just like to go inside, and I can't get through the gate, and
that's because you look like you just rolled out of a ditch. Well,
simple misunderstanding between the guards, but you seem to have a way with them. I was, perhaps you could escort me inside, explain to them, of course, that I am I'm worthy to go inside, of course, and I'm sure they'd listen to you.
Want to be a little bit more specific about what you're doing inside the city?
Well, I don't actually have a specific purpose. I'd like to look around, and I'm intrigued. I'm hoping that I can find... I'm not really sure, to be honest, something that can help me on our quest.
Can I tell if he's telling the truth?
Yeah. Give me,
I can just say if I am or not, if you want.
Yeah.
Airden just genuinely wants to, he's interested in maybe seeing if he can find something. I mean, when he says his quest, that's not exactly what, I don't picture this turning out the same way I think Amy does. But yeah, if there's an alchemist, I'd like to maybe visit the alchemist. If there's, I don't know, other places in there that, maybe like a place that sells clothes, things like that, I'd kind of like to go and look around and stuff.
I think
I have friends in here, so don't embarrass me.
Yeah, of course. I'll follow your lead. And once we're through the gates, please feel free to go off on your own, your own purposes.
I would not feel at all comfortable going into the city, so I think I am going to stay in the forest, if that's okay.
Okay. How dirty does Airden look? Like, is there...
I think it's probably quite bad. Like, did I not get covered in, like, gunk or slime or something, or, like, dirty water at one point?
I'm just going to use my...
There's a lot of mess.
I could use my...
You got mismatched shoes for a start.
A nice clothes.
Well, that's something that's kind of high on my list as well. Like, I'd like to get new, nice clothes.
Mask of Many Faces twice, can I? Like, can I use Mask of Many Faces, turn into, like, a noble elfin man, give those clothes to Airden, and then use it again?
I just want to, like, I thought if I could explain to the guard that, like, look, I might be, I'm all... My clothes are dirty, but if I can get inside, like, that's where I can get nice new finery and things. But I don't feel like he's going to have much patience with me and listen to me.
Mask of Many Faces, you can cast it at will, so you can change your face as many times as you want.
Perfect. Okay. So I'll whatever. It's a dude's body. I don't care. Make a dude in the forest. So I'll get the noble men's clothes. I'll give them to Airden to change into. Try and, like, can you clean your, like, face or like fix your hair or something?
Yeah, I try and.
Yeah. Okay.
This is so humiliating.
It should be.
He's like cleaning his face and things and just like grumbling to himself and just try to make himself look presentable, licking his, putting his hair back behind his ears and stuff and trying to make himself look as good as he can.
Okay. And then I'll change back into, like, the nice stuff, and then you're gonna need to walk behind me.
Okay, we can manage that. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. While you guys are going into the city, Amy, Anakis, and Xander are outside. Xander looking a little apprehensive, rocking back and forth a little bit. You can see his hands start to shake as he presses them together. Then all of a sudden he stops, immediately drops, and his eyes start glowing bright blue again. Amy.
Yeah.
I feel that there is something that you need to know about. While I have you, you and Begazul have a connection. It is one of the reasons why the prophecy mentions you. Begazul has made an agreement with the God of Justice. Such an agreement cannot be easily broken. He has decided to take you as his bride.
Okay.
But
Why?
I cannot allow this to happen. Because before you were sent here as you are, I was your husband.
Okay.
What the hell is going on?
Shit, ain't me?
Sure. Me? What?
What? And I thought I had a confusing backstory.
So, with Xander currently possessed by Shaniel and dumping all of this in Anakis's presence,
oh yeah,
we are going to end this session there.